Alright, good afternoon traders. It's just about 12 o'clock on Monday and I'm long 1,000 shares of Netflix from 73.25. I also bought some calls in it and we're going to see where this takes us. My stop for the calls is right around $72 a share, so if it hits that, I'm going to take my profit there. I've been in this for a while now. Originally I wanted to bid in at 73.15, but it ran up on me and I put my order out there a little too early. So what we've seen is moves up, moves down, and it's pretty much just a chop fest. I believe in this trade. My proprietary indicators are telling me that I should be long it, so I'm feeling more confident now in this trade. I have an order out here to sell at 73.65. Now it could get going higher. That's why I went ahead and purchased 10 contracts of the calls. So we'll just keep an eye on this and see if they're finally going to break it out. I don't like the selling that's been taking place because it's serious. Every time we try to get a leg up, you see they come in and they just crush the stock. So that's showing us that there's a lot of supply that the smart money's trying to off right around this level. This right here is a weekly chart of FFIV and I'm watching it very closely. There could be some more downside in this over the next week, so keep an eye on this if you're a day trader or a swing trader. I think that if we're holding below the prior week's low, which is at 130.78, then the downside is imminent, and then you could just put your stop right at 132.32. Alright, so now it's pretty much lunchtime, and what we see is we're starting to move back up, but we're struggling again. We saw the sellers take control once they try to pop it up. Now if we could get over this level right here, this candle, I think that our 65 will be hit. Alright, we're right at 42. Are we going to get high prints? Let's see some 47s come through. 49s, there it is. Watch this. 15 more cents. Give it to me, Netflix. By the way, markets rebounded in Europe, so that's another good thing waiting on the US equity markets. 53s, 4s. I'm long crude oil. I'm actually down in the position because I bought some calls on Friday in the USO. But yeah, I plan on letting them go into expiration anyway, so we'll see where that takes us. Alright, 59s, 60s printed. 63s, 2 more cents. Come on, I'm not being greedy here. I don't like that reversal candle coming through. It really sucks when they come 1 or 2 cents from your target and then they pull it back in. Alright, we're percolating back up again. I canceled that order. Now I just have my finger on the trigger in case I have to sell it fast. Yeah, someone's in here selling. It could go higher, but I'm up almost 300 in the trade. Alright, they filled me, and now we're out of that. We made 310 on this trade. Now it'll probably go up and hit that 65, but I'm out. I'm happy with that profit. And here we have the calls that I'm long. I'm up 120 in these Netflix calls. They're the May 75s. And this is something that I wanted to show you. This cotton trade I've been in for a while. I think I showed you last week or the week before. But I've been short 2 contracts from 89.23, and I've just been milking this trade, anticipating a lower move, and finally we got it. We had the big move down on Friday, and then we've just started to make a nice profit on our investment. Alright, I just pulled up a weekly chart. We've seen the consolidation in this area. It's been pretty hectic. At some points I thought that I was going to get stopped out, but we maintained the position. Now we have a big move down right around this $87 area. The price level has been traded off multiple times, not only this year but in the past. It's actually 87.10. It's the high from back there in April of 2010. So I'll probably take a little profit off here. Go ahead and take one contract off, and I'll hold my other contract and see if we're going to be able to push through this level. If we get down here and bounce off of it, I'm just going to go ahead and cover it. That should put me around a $2,000 profit on this trade. Here goes Netflix starting to pick up steam now, and we're up about 300 in our calls, so about 610 on the day. Here we go. Tempur-Pedic is actually selling off pretty hard today. So on the left we have the daily, on the right we have the weekly. Over the past 4 years we've been up over 328%, 3 years 300%. 2 years 44%, and then this year we're down 22% after being up for a good portion of the year. Take a look at this. We just erased gains as of today. So what happened is they guided their forward year third quarter guidance down, so the projections are lower than originally were thought by the analysts, and that's not good. Also, they have a new line coming out. I think it's called Simplicity, and that won't be launched until later on in the year, which is also hurting the stock. That with higher commodity prices. So we see it tanking here. This stock was on my radar, and I was trading in and out of this through this entire run. We saw the gap up on earnings. They had guided up, and it was a gap and go play. I love seeing plays like this. Pretty much every single dip was bought. The lower volume that comes in when the bottom of the base is formed, and then you have accelerating volume and the institutions start accumulating on the way up. That's what we want to see. Well, as of right here, we saw some smart money start selling. They boosted it back up, and that's a lot of times what they'll do. So even before earnings come into play, the smart money's already pricing a move about 2 weeks to 3 weeks before they even report. So they're either buying or selling or loosening up or hedging or doing something in that nature. So we gapped down, they guided lower, and now it's just been a drag on the market. Also wanted to show you HLF, which is Herbalife, and they gapped down pretty hard. I'm not sure who it was. It might have been Whitney Tilson. Somebody was shorting the heck out of this stock, or I think it was David Einhorn actually. Anyways, I like this business model. It's kind of like Amway, and I have a thorough understanding of Amway, which is a private company, and I will be buying this stock. I'll let you know when I buy it. I'm just waiting on a lot of the headwinds to deteriorate before I enter. Alright, back on this Netflix, we just broke over the $74 mark. We're down around 69% this year, and look, this sell-off had come on heavy volume. When I first started trading, I wouldn't utilize the weekly charts and the monthly charts nearly enough. I basically just looked at a daily chart in a 1 hour time frame. Now I find myself, even being a short-term trader, focusing on the weekly chart more than anything else. That's my bread and butter now. And I'm using a different method than I have in the past. I used to use a 5-day, week, month, 5-period moving average. Well, now I loosen that up, and now it's a 1-period moving average. And I created a histogram, as you see right here. I named it slopey. That just means it's yellow instead of white. Colors configured in there. And what this means is we're going off one day. So if the prior day was trending up, go ahead, color yellow. If it's trending down, we'll color it red. And that helps me stay on the right side of the trade as long as the breakout indicator and we have the median indicator are all confirming the same direction. So anyways, this is we reached this double top, and we did have a buy indicator in here, and then the following week we started to turn down. So that's when the shorts started adding to their positions. We got under the 200-week moving average, and then they just crushed this thing. And I was trying to play this rebound play. I don't know if it's going to get over 74.25, so I'm probably going to take my profits here. As you can see, we're at 74.25 right now, and we're up 490 in this. Alright, so I just sold that, traders. We started coming up to that resistance, and you can look down here and see. Remember, we traded the stock 1,000 shares. We made 310 on that, and then we made 440 on this trade. So we're up 750 on the day, and I've only traded 10 contracts, and I've traded 1,000 shares, so commission's very low right now. Alright, so we blasted through that 74.25 level, and we traded, I think, up to around 56. So I'm gonna end the video now. I hope you enjoyed the small action that I got on here for you. I wanted to get something. I'm about to go to the gym, and then I'll be back to trade the close in about an hour. So good luck trading. Keep an eye on TPX, but be careful. Keep an eye on Netflix over 74.25. Keep watching HLF, and that's going to be it, traders. By the way, ES up 5 points, ripping to new highs, 1367.5. NASDAQ /NQ up 15 points as of right now, over 0.6%, just hit a new high, 2640 we're currently at. Crude oil trading higher, 97.33 we're at now. Gold, which is at 1640. Now gold is very risky right now. We could wake up tomorrow and it could be off 20-30 points. I'm not convinced that we're going to move higher just yet, so I'm neutral on gold, but I'm kind of leaning to the downside. As long as we're under 1650, selling pressure could pursue. Above 1650, of course, the buyers could step back in. Alright, that's it, traders. See ya.